France's latest counter-drone step moved from theory to practice when paratrooper gunners from the 35th Parachute Artillery Regiment conducted live-fire trials of the Proteus system at the Canjuers training area on October 18, 2025 and confirmed results publicly 2 days later. The exercise mattered less for spectacle than for what it signals. Small unmanned aircraft are now a routine, ubiquitous hazard, and French frontline units are being equipped with an organic, mobile tool that can deny hostile drones without relying exclusively on scarce missile stocks or distant air defense umbrellas. In practical terms, Proteus embodies a simple idea executed with urgency: put a hard kill option at the level most often hunted. At the heart of the system is a 20mm automatic cannon mounted on a TRM-2000 carrier, paired to a SANDRA day/night sight that helps crews detect, track, and prosecute small, low signatures in varied light and clutter. The choice of caliber and mount is deliberate. It keeps the package light enough for rapid reaction forces, nimble on roads and trails, and easy to conceal or reposition after a brief engagement. The result is a defensive layer that rides with batteries, convoys, and forward command posts rather than guarding them from afar, collapsing the reaction time required to deal with buzzing quadcopters or improvised fixed wings. The 35E RAP's live-fire serials were as much about procedures as hardware. Crews rehearsed ready-up drills, integrated the sight-to-shooter chain, and refined ammunition management against fleeting targets that don't advertise themselves until seconds before overflight. Getting those drills right is essential because the engagement window against small UAS can be brutally short. A system that is technically effective but slow to bring into action is no system at all when a spotter drone is already hovering over a gun line, radio-linking target coordinates to an enemy fire cell a few kilometers away. Proteus is designed to be an extra rung in a layered approach already taking shape across French land forces. Units deploy observers and cameras to widen the visual bubble. Reconnaissance platforms such as VAB ARLAD extend situational awareness. Soft kill tools like the NEROD rifle jammer can sever control links or force return-to-home behaviors without firing a shot. When those measures fail or when an autonomous drone presses on, a rapid-firing cannon provides the last-ditch bite. The logic is elegantly pragmatic: don't bet everything on any single defensive trick, and don't haul exquisite, high-end interceptors to contest a cheap, disposable menace. Economics and endurance weigh heavily in the calculus. Missile-based very short-range air defense remains critical for faster, larger, or more dangerous targets, but it is neither economical nor sustainable to expend an inventory of complex missiles on a stream of inexpensive quadcopters or loitering munitions. A 20mm solution changes the math by offering high shot density and a lower cost per engagement, enabling an artillery battery to fight through a day of harassment without draining national magazines. When adversaries lean on saturation, launching multiple drones to overwhelm attention and ammunition, the ability to keep firing matters almost as much as accuracy. Of course, the trade-offs are real. A 20mm projectile carries a shorter effective range and smaller destructive radius than 30-35mm guns or missile solutions. That places a premium on the quality of cueing, the confidence of range estimation, and the discipline of the crew. Ammunition selection and burst control become tactical arts: too short and the drone sails through, too long and the box empties just as a second or third target enters the envelope. These realities are precisely why the Canjuers events focused on validating routines, not merely proving that steel can be thrown skyward. The setting also reflects how counter-UAS has migrated from a specialist niche to a basic competence for maneuver units. The 35E RAP's role as lead user of the Standard 1 configuration opens a rapid learning loop: field the gear, codify tactics, test them under stress, and adjust with each exercise. Expect to see refinements in how reconnaissance assets hand off tracks to Proteus crews, how NEROD operators synchronize jamming bursts with kinetic shots, and how commanders apportion limited ammunition along a march column or a dispersed gun line. The battery, not an abstract staff cell, will write the playbook via repetition. Strategically, France's move aligns with a European pattern that has accelerated since 2022, push layered counter-UAS downward, from national-level site defenses to battalion, company, and even platoon echelons. The lessons are unambiguous. Small, expendable drones erode freedom of maneuver, expose logistics to attrition, and create constant pressure on command posts. They are a persistent irritant and sometimes a lethal scalpel. Building resilience means distributing sensors and shooters, combining soft kill denial with hard kill defeat, and training junior leaders to act without waiting on a complex air picture. A truck-borne 20mm gun that can drive where the guns drive is exactly that kind of resilience. There are implications for expeditionary operations and homeland protection alike. In overseas contingencies, rapid reaction units prize speed and simplicity. A system that can be airlifted, offloaded, and fighting in minutes fits that template. At home, base protection and critical infrastructure security increasingly require flexible shooters that can relocate as threat patterns shift. In both arenas, logistics matters. Proteus consumes common ammunition, rides on a vehicle family already known to maintainers, and can be trained on by gunners familiar with artillery fire discipline, details that turn a concept into a capability that actually shows up ready. Skeptics will rightly ask what happens when the threat evolves. Adversaries can harden data links, flip to autonomous navigation, or fly low and erratic to complicate tracks. They can also escalate to larger one-way attack munitions that outrange small guns. No single system covers the entire spectrum, and Proteus does not claim to. Its value lies in covering the most common, most immediate slice of the problem in a package that units can deploy now. As sensors improve, as queuing gets faster, and as fire control aids evolve, the 20mm layer remains the quick, economical answer that keeps pressure off pricier missiles and buys time for higher-tier defenses to engage the tougher targets. What Canjuers ultimately demonstrates is a shift in posture, from treating drone defense as a scarce asset rationed by headquarters to treating it as a routine part of the kit at the point of contact. When paratrooper gunners can jam, watch, and shoot within their own battery, they regain tempo in a battle space where the first team to impose friction often wins. It is not glamorous, and it is not final. It is, however, exactly the kind of practical adaptation that modern land warfare rewards. France has chosen to move quickly with a system that is good enough, available now, and built to improve in the field. In the contest against cheap air power, those are advantages that count.